Inside the circular chamber of Crooked Moon Tower, the space-attuned crystal floats above a broken rune circle. Closed-eye agents surround the crystal with weapons drawn. June Bell, the forced young alchemist, trembles beside the ritual marks. The closed-eye captain smiles when Jihan steps from the shadows. The closed-eye captain removes his hood. He is a tall man with pale gray hair, one black eye, and a military-style coat. He introduces himself as Captain Rowanthale, field commander of the Closed Eyes wetland operation. Celine's expression darkens because she recognizes the name from Warrior Guild wanted files. Rowan points his sword toward Jihan. He says Lord Varric Noct wants the boy with spatial magic captured alive. The crystal was bait because Jihan's skill would react to it. Jihan's system window continues flashing, space-attuned crystal required for second stage. June Bell whispers that the crystal is holding the tower together. If it is ripped out incorrectly, the chamber will fold inward. Parts of the wetlands outside may vanish into unstable space pockets. Miro records the warning quickly in her field notebook. Rowan orders his agents to surround the team. Closed-eye crossbowmen aim at Miro, Maris, and June. Kale steps in front of June, sword raised. Celine slowly spins her short blades, ready to move. Jihan looks at the crystal, the enemies, and the unstable walls. He calculates distance, hostage risk, mana cost, and escape routes. Then he smiles like a merchant refusing a bad contract. He says, "Your offer has no profit and terrible terms." Closed-eye agents rush forward from both sides. Kale meets the first wave with disciplined sword strikes. Celine slips behind two attackers and disables their arms with fast cuts. Rhea is not inside the ruin, but Jihan mentally wishes he had her shield here. One agent lunges toward June to silence him. Miro throws an ink bottle at the attacker's face. Kale knocks the blinded agent away with the flat of his blade. June stares at Miro in shock because she acted before anyone else. The chamber floor begins leaking wetland mist from impossible cracks. Maris uses the fog to disappear from enemy sight. She trips one closed-eye agent with a reed rope. Aaron fires an arrow that pins another agent's sleeve to the wall. NYM crouches near the rune circle while the others fight. Their fingers hover over the carved floor without touching it. NYM notices several false runes hiding under the real stabilization pattern. The closed-eye rig the chamber to collapse if anyone wins too easily. Everyone freezes for half a second. Rowan smiles because the warning slows Jihan's team. The closed-eye agents shift positions carefully, avoiding the marked sections they already know. Jihan realizes Rowan has turned the battlefield into a hostage situation. Instead of stepping on trapped runes, Jihan shifts his foot through palm-sized portals. His movements appear impossible, like he is skipping over space itself. Rowan's smile fades as he sees the skill in practical use. The crystal pulses brighter in response. Rowan finally draws his sword fully. His blade is thin, black, and covered in closed-eye runes. He moves with the skill of a former royal soldier, not a normal criminal. His first strike forces Jihan to block with both hands. Rowan's blade releases dark threads of mana when it clashes with Jihan's sword. The threads try to pull Jihan's weapon off balance. Jihan opens a small portal beside the blade and redirects the pulling force. The black threads vanish into empty space. Celine defeats an agent and glances toward Jihan's duel. She sees Rowan's sword pressure forcing Jihan backward. Her teasing expression disappears completely. She starts moving toward him, but three agents block her path. Celine drops into a lower stance. Her blades flash faster than before. She disables all three agents without killing them, but with no wasted motion. Kale watches from the corner of his eye and understands why the Warrior Guild respects her. Miro sees the battle spreading too close to the crystal. She orders June to explain the stabilization runes step by step. June hesitates, still frightened by years of being forced to obey criminals. Miral grips his sleeve and says, "You are not their tool anymore." June says the crystal must be separated from the closed-eye control runes before removal. 3 anchor marks must be broken in the correct order. If the order is wrong, the tower folds inward. Miral writes the sequence and calls NYM over. NYM crawls toward the first anchor mark near a cracked pillar. Aaron covers NYM with arrows. Maris throws wetland mud over a glowing trapline to reveal its edges. NYM scratches away the first closed-eye rune with a small tool. Rowan sees the first anchor rune fail. His calm expression breaks for the first time. He kicks Jihan backward and orders his agents to stop Miral's group. Jihan opens a portal step and returns in front of him instantly. Jihan and Rowan exchange rapid sword strikes near the floating stairs. Rowan's technique is sharper, but Jihan adapts faster with every clash. Tiny portals redirect the worst angles by inches. Each portal drains mana, but also teaches Jihan more about space control. A hidden agent drops from above toward Miral. Miral has no time to dodge. Jihan sees it, but Rowan blocks his path. Lyra's travel charm suddenly flashes from Jihan's belt. The attacker's blade strikes the charm barrier and stops. Miral looks at the glowing shield in surprise. The barrier breaks, but it gives Celine enough time to arrive. Celine knocks the attacker unconscious with the hilt of her blade. June points to the second anchor rune hidden behind the crystal pedestal. Kale covers him while he crawls forward. A closed-eye agent throws a dagger at June. Kale deflects it with perfect calm. The chamber suddenly twists sideways. The ceiling becomes the wall for 3 seconds. Several agents fall upward into floating debris. Jihan grabs a broken pillar through a portal to keep himself grounded. Vela Mistborn's voice echoes through the chamber from outside the tower. Her oracle song stabilizes the mist around the walls. The blue lights stop flickering wildly. Maris whispers that Vela is holding the wetlands from being swallowed. The final anchor rune is directly beneath the floating crystal. No one can reach it without passing under unstable space currents. Jihan realizes this is the exact kind of problem his portal was made for. Rowan realizes it too and attacks with full force. Rowan's sword releases black binding threads toward Jihan's arms. Jihan opens a portal to absorb them, but the threads partially wrap around his wrist. The runes begin draining his mana. Rowan says Lord Varric will reward him greatly for delivering the spatial mage. Jihan does not resist the mana drain immediately. He lets Rowan believe the binding is working. Then he opens a tiny portal inside the black thread pattern. The drain reverses for 1 second, sending unstable mana back into Rowan's sword. Celine sees Rowan's stance break. She throws one short blade toward his shoulder. Rowan blocks it, but the movement exposes his side. Jihan strikes the cracked rune sword with full force. Jihan opens a portal beneath the crystal pedestal. NYM's tool drops through one portal and emerges under the final anchor rune. Miral calls the timing from June's instructions. The final closed-eye rune breaks. The space-attuned crystal floats free. Jihan reaches for it carefully. The crystal melts into blue light and enters the infinite space portal. The system window explodes with notifications. Without the crystal in the chamber, Crooked Moon Tower begins collapsing inward. June screams that the natural stabilization cycle must be restarted outside. Jihan opens the largest portal he can manage. Everyone runs toward the dark blue doorway. Rowan tries to drag Jihan away from the portal. Celine cuts Jihan's torn coat free. Kale kicks Rowan backward into a shifting stairwell. Rowan falls into a warped doorway, laughing as he vanishes. Jihan's portal throws the team out onto wet grass near the caravan camp. The crooked moon tower flickers in the distance. Vela's song guides the remaining space distortion into the ground. The tower finally stabilizes as a broken but harmless ruin. Jihan sits beside the caravan with the others around him. Miral checks his injuries while Celine pretends not to worry too much. Lyra runs from the camp and hugs him suddenly, relieved.